Is it locked? Which way is it locked, guys? That sucks. Shit, that was fast. Everybody hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I thought I had a little more time, but I'm being summoned by somebody. I'm not sure what to do here. All right. Well, anyway, the purpose of this live is to discuss the continued and ongoing escalation with the city of Tucson, the county of Pima. So I just it's in the description, and it's also in my last community post. But I'm not sure. I don't expect everybody to know the rules out in Arizona. Get this up, but you can record in the courtroom in Arizona. That's the deal. You just have to let the court know. So we'll go ahead and we'll read it just so we're all on the same level. We're reading Rule 122, the use of recording devices in the courtroom. Definitions. Proceedings. Let's see here. A person must submit the request to the judge who will be conducting the proceeding, or to an office of the court authorized to receive requests under this rule. A person who submits a request to cover a proceeding or standing on the request, but the submission of the request does not confer upon that person the status of a party to the case. Trial, court action, upon receiving a request. The court will notify all parties of the receipt for the request of coverage. The judge will promptly hold a hearing if the judge intends to deny the request or a portion of the request, or if a party objects to the request. So the only reasonable party, asking for that a request be denied would be, if we're being reasonable, I would say that it's a victim, right? A real victim, not a pretend victim, but a real victim. So I can actually wrap my head around that. Or if the person being prosecuted doesn't want that information publicized, I think that they probably have some ability to voice an objection. Now, whether or not that's reasonable is another thing altogether. But the thrust of the rule is you can record in the courtrooms. You just have to alert you have to let the court know. You have to alert the court. You're going to lose me for a second, right? You guys still there? All right. All right. So now we're going to move to, so again, this is the entire text is in the description if you guys want to follow along. And then there's also, I posted it in the community tab. So there's, you guys can see this objection to recording or broadcasting. So this is from Laura Conover, Pima County Attorney, phone number 520-724. Well, bro, I'm in Deland. 520-724-5600. That's the number that she's got listed on here. But let's give this a read. Objection to recording or broadcasting. The state of Arizona, by and through the Pima County Attorney Laura Conover and her deputy Samantha Walker, hereby objects to the recording or broadcasting of the December 2nd bench trial. So they don't want to record the bench trial. The objection is made pursuant to the rules of the Supreme Court of Arizona 122. So the rule that I didn't read, but we glossed over. There was a lot to read there. Trying to get to the nuts and the bolts here, folks. The defendant has previously filed a notice of audio recording specifically in regards to the case management conference held on September 17th. The defendant has not filed any subsequent notices, but nevertheless recorded the case management conference held on September 30th. The state expects that the defendant will record or stream the trial set for December 2nd. That is going to happen. That I fully expect that to happen. A party who wishes to record or broadcast a proceeding must file a notice pursuant to a Arizona revised statute 122 subsection H. Let's do this. Subsection H. Let's go read what subsection H is. All right, so you gotta be joking, bro. There's a couple different H's. So denial of coverage. So we're back to the statute. A properly submitted request for coverage should generally be approved, but a judge may deny or may limit the request as provided in this paragraph. A judge's discretion on a coverage request or on an objection to coverage is reviewable only by special action. So it gives a bunch of bullshit. And then H, any other factor affecting the administration of justice. Any other factor affecting the administration of justice. Holy shit. All right, so that's subsection H. That's what they've got going on here. What am I doing here? Subsection H. Okay. However, a person. So we're back to the objection from Laura Conover's office. Now I'm not sure if this was actually written by Laura Conover or if this was written by Samantha Walker. Arizona Revised Statute 122H, a person may use a personal blah, 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 blah. However, a personal audio recorder is defined as a device used to record audio only, and that is on, held by, or immediately next to the person operating the device. Arizona Revised Statute 122B6. Therefore, should the defendant wish to record or broadcast the proceeding, he must file a request to cover under ARZ 122C, which the state preemptively objects. The state bases its objection on ARZ 122 D1A, comma B, comma C, comma D. Okay, you guys, the I'll post the Westlaw link to the actual statute, and you guys can go back and forth on that if you want to. The thrust of things here is Samantha Walker is in need of a wellness check. I've listed some contact information in the description. Please reach out and make sure that she's okay. I feel like she might have bumped her head, and she may be concussed. The defendant. Okay, now we're getting into. Let's get into the feelings. All right, let's get into the feelings. What's really going on here? What really is bothering the prosecutor in Pima County? And now let's remember, this case is about booing. This is the booing case. So this is what they're concerned. This is, let's see, this is in the interest. This is in the interest of justice, after all. Okay, so the defendant has repeatedly broadcast in live streams and subsequent YouTube videos different components of this case and others. Okay, so he's talked about his case. Seems reasonable. He has printed photos. He has printed photos of the prosecuting attorney on a t-shirt, including her photo in thumbnails of videos. The humanity of this monster. He made contact with spouses of prosecuting attorneys. Made contact with spouses. Made contact with spouses. Now, I mean, made contact with spouses. Okay, is sending an email, that's making contact? That's not okay, I guess. Let's get into this. Maybe there's some more. There's probably some more that I'm missing. I'm 12 minutes in and I haven't even said hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. I saw Rogue and he triggered me to say something. Lou, Gov, Sylvia, what up? Tyson, Charles, Russian Plant, Dean, Floyd D, Concerned Citizen, Disabled Outcasts. What is going on, everybody? Lenny, what is happening? Papa Load? Sassy Kisses, what up? Bear, what is going on? Brandon Mitchell, what is happening? I think I'm getting down there, guys. We got Rogue, yep. Life Under the Microscope. Yeah, hit that like. I would appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. I'm confused, really, is what it comes down to. They will do anything at this point. What's going on, Howard? They will do anything at this point to not let the public see what's going on. So I think at this point we've flushed out that it wasn't actually what the hell is his name? What's the prosecutor that quit in shame? Matthew Walker. It wasn't Matthew Walker that reached out to the federal court and got Lane's wife fired. It was allegedly it was the Tucson prosecutor's office. It was this Laura Conover cunt and Samantha Walker. Samantha Walker? Do I have the right Walker? Samantha Walker. Yeah, they're not related, but there's something's going on there. Some incestuous nepotism that's occurring out in Tucson. So yeah, they're unhinged, and we've seen the insanity from Tucson City Court and the prosecutors there, where Lane has pretty well had them bend the knee in court. but the Samantha Walker case has been, I think, has been a little bit different. They seem to be escalating to a new degree where they're allegedly getting people's families fired, and now they're complaining, right? They're complaining that prosecutors' wives have been contacted. So here, let's just go back to this for a second. He has listed the prosecutors. Okay. He has printed photos of the prosecuting attorneys on a t-shirt, including her photo in thumbnails of videos, and made contact with spouses of prosecuting attorneys. Okay, so she's not even talking about her case right now, because to my knowledge, nobody contacted Shannon Walker's husband. I'm sorry, Samantha Walker's husband. Sorry, guys. Samantha Walker's husband. Who knows if she's even married? But she's bringing up this Matt Walker thing like Matt Walker's wife isn't a public official. She works for the University of Arizona Law School. She's a public official. She is just open. She is just as much open to public scrutiny as these prosecutors, as these officers, as all of these kangaroos that Lane's been exposing along the way. So this is just more gaslighting from Pima County. They're hurt because he printed up some t-shirts with their pictures on it, and I helped him out with some thumbnails. It's crazy. I already covered 122H. You're using one. Okay. I can't. I got to focus on one thing at a time, bro. So yeah, we're all caught up in the feelings. Okay, so he's printed photos on the shirt, including a photo of thumbnails and videos, and he made contact with spouses of prosecuting attorneys. He has listed the prosecuting attorney's email in a YouTube video. Guys, just check the description. I did leave her email address, her phone number in the description. Please reach out. There seems to be some genuine confusion on who we're allowed to reach out to and redress grievances with. She's a public official. She deserves the scrutiny of the public. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. Okay, so he has listed the prosecuting attorney's email in a YouTube video, encouraging his followers to air their grievances with her. Well, yeah, which has led to extensive emails and phone calls from individuals that are not parties to the case. Well, I just like to make this point. I have been made party to the case. My video has been submitted as evidence in this case. So any phone call that I've made, any email that I have sent, which I've done, I have sent emails, I have made numerous phone calls. So I am party to the case, but I look at it like this: we're all parties to this case. We're all parties to what is in the true interest of justice, and looking out for Lane's constitutional rights is looking out for all of our constitutional rights. So gaslighting miss right there on that one. Okay, so let's get back to it because she's not done. Encouraged his followers to air their grievances with her. Heaven forbid that we use the First Amendment and petition for the redress of grievances. She used the fucking word grievances, huh? And what are we supposed to do, dumb bitch? Which has led to extensive emails and phone calls from individuals that are not party to the case. God bless you people. God bless you people that have reached out that are not parties to the case. You have made it clear that you are more concerned with liberty than their bullshit prosecutions. To permit the defendant. So I don't remember this being an issue where they permitted. You let them know, and then it happens. You let them know, and then it happens. To permit the defendant to record or broadcast would directly impact the privacy of the prosecuting attorney. What? Huh? You've got privacy, bitch? Bitch has lost her fucking mind. Officers. So this will also directly impact the privacy of the officers. Okay. That's another person that doesn't get any privacy. Witnesses. Okay. I don't even know who the witnesses are in this booing case. I know that one of the people is just a member of the audience, and they're going to bring him up, and he speaks publicly at every meeting. Uh, his thoughts are his thoughts. I'm not sure how to encapsulate his thoughts, but the county of Pima has found him, and they're going to weaponize a citizen against another citizen. But up to this point, I don't think anybody's made a video about this guy. So his faux privacy is still intact. And witnesses and the victims the state intends to call. The victims of the booing. The victims of the booing while other people were clapping. So, boo, boo. So, who's the victim? What victim? Victim of what? These people. These are the true people that need what is it, Rule 11, that need a Rule 11 exam. Have they lost their goddamn minds, that they think that we don't have a right to speak up? What do they think the First Amendment's for? Like, have we completely forgotten, like, the point of the First Amendment? The point of the First Amendment is to keep the government under control. Lane, just come up if you're watching. It says H right there. ARZH. Now she goes on to talk about C in the same paragraph. Bro, H on the left side up. What? Huh? I'm not? Or they're not. They're not talking about. I'm probably not. All right, Lane's trying to get my mind right, but I can't have a text conversation. H is about audio recording. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Let's get back to this. And he has listed the prosecuting attorney's email, public record, in a YouTube video encouraging his followers to air their grievances with her, and led to extensive emails. I think we need to. Anybody out? I'm not sure what the public records laws are out. Okay. Okay, I'm being scolded, chat. All right. Let me get back. I'm gonna go through this whole fucking rule now. All right? That's it. I'm gonna go through the whole fucking rule, and that's how we're gonna do it. All right. So you want me to read? The law is 122H. The law is 122H. The law is 122H. Well, there's multiple H's though, is the thing. Are you talking about personal audio recordings required notice by the court? Okay. Okay. Lane wants me to not blah 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 this. This is apparently important. Okay, so we're gonna rewind. Okay. Personal audio recorders required notice to the court. A person may use a personal audio recorder during a proceeding, but the person must notify the judge or the judge's staff prior to using the device. A person who uses a personal audio recorder is not required to submit the request under paragraph C of this rule, but a person who wishes to a person who wishes to record or broadcast the audio portion of a proceeding with a device that is not on the person must do. Jesus Christ, bro. So she's talking about some shit that isn't even going on here. The person must do. The use of personal audio recording must not be obtrusive, distracting, or otherwise prohibited, and the use is subject to the prohibitions of paragraph K of this rule. Interesting. Prohibitions. K. A person is not permitted to photograph, record, or broadcast the proceedings in the following circumstances. No use of devices when the judge is off the bench. No jurors. No conferences. No documents. No juvenile proceedings. Other governing law. A person whose request under paragraph C of this rule has been approved may photograph, record, and broadcast from locations in the courthouse other than the courtroom as provided in Supreme Court Rule 122.1. The law generally applicable to inclusion or exclusion of the press or the public at court proceedings during the testimony of particular witnesses applies to persons who submit the request under this rule. Nothing in this rule alters the obligation of any attorney to comply with the provisions of the Arizona Rules of Professional Conduct governing trial publicity. All right, Lane. So if there's more that I need to state, let me know. But that even made it clearer because he's not doing any of those things. It's an audio recording with a black screen because it's on the desk or it's in his pocket, but it's not. None of these prohibitions. Let's maybe she's going to get into some facts here where these prohibitions come into play. But right now, we're back to this order. Right now, we're just talking about how people are redressing grievances and how she's got a real problem with that. To permit the defendant to record or broadcast would directly impact the privacy of blah, blah, blah. Defendants are similar, several. Okay, here we go. The defendant's action with those not even related to the case. The defendant's actions similarly would impact any victim's feeling of safety and well-being, as the defendant has several thousand followers on YouTube who have also participated in this case through email and phone to the prosecutor. Okay, that's all constitutionally protected. I'm so confused. No victim should be subjected to such exposure through a live stream or recording. Additionally, coverage would detract from the dignity of the proceeding. This bitch is so twisted up in trying to get Lane to not be able to document her malpractice. It's ridiculous, bro. The victim. Who's the victim? Where's the victim? This is the ultimate gaslight here. Additionally, such recording or broadcast would be contrary to the Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure 15, which notes any materials furnished to a party or counsel under Rule 15 must not be disclosed to the public and may be disclosed only to the extent necessary for the proper conduct of the case. What the fuck is she talking about, bro? Is she talking about the broadcast being the vehicle that disseminates these materials furnished to the party? This person's insane, bro. Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure 15.4D, Rule 15.4D is a reminder that discovery materials are to be considered confidential records. Broadcast is evidence. That's how my broadcast came up as evidence. This is all fucking bunch of word salad, bro. Okay, any materials furnished by the party, blah, 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 is a reminder of the discovery, blah, blah, blah. State X Rel Montgomery v. Chavez, something Maricopa County, blah, 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 quoting the Rule 15.4D to permit the recording or broadcasting of a witness testimony would directly expose their identity to a large swell of YouTube followers with no involvement in the case. The broadcasting of the hearing in no way is necessary for the proper conduct of the case. It's a matter of public interest. It's a great matter of public interest. Wow. This is what's going on. This is going to be in front of. So this is Ann Foster, the judge on this case. Wow. Well, guys, the kangaroos are really at it, huh? But there's information in this description for you guys. Please let your voices be heard. You know that all this stuff goes on because we allow it to. Most people, myself included, I didn't really stand up before my case and scream from the rooftops how much of an injustice this is. But right now we've got somebody that is, and there's a way that we can help him. So please, I encourage you guys to. There's a bunch of numbers. There's a bunch of emails in there. Make your voices heard and let these people know that this case is a matter of great public interest, and that's why she's getting emails. That's why she's getting phone calls, because we can't just allow this to go unchecked. It is we're terrible lovers of liberty if we let this go unchecked. So please reach out and touch Samantha on this with your grievances. And then I know that Lane put out, I'm not sure how many of you actually went through, but he was asking for 30-second videos, or maybe he wasn't asking for 30 seconds and I just gave him 30 seconds. But a 30-second video of you booing, please, just, or 10 or 5 or whatever, any amount of seconds that you can just point the camera at yourself and just go boo, boo, boo. And I don't know Lane's email off the top of my head, but my email is thisisapublicservice@gmail.com. This is a public service at gmail.com. Email them to me, and I will. I'll make sure that Lane gets them. And then you guys get some 2-for-1 action today. Because guess where I am? Check out that sweet little bike. I bet some bootlicker rides that. So I don't know if you guys watch it Twisted, but look at this clown show shit. Putting up these dumbass signs everywhere. Like people gotta listen to that. Dipshits. So out here today at the Land Police Department. How you doing? Are you an officer? No. Have a good day. This fucking guy.
See all the new signs?
Yeah, I walked right through there.
Scared me.
I'm live right now.
They're gonna call. Thanks.
What's that?
They're gonna call it.
Well, that's the point.
Oh yeah.
It's the point to call and tell them.
What's up?
We got James Madison Audits. Wait, was that your motorcycle?
Yeah.
I was right, everybody. It is some bootlicker's motorcycle.
Can you get your stream shut down in like 2 seconds?
They'll probably dox me in here because this is the one agency that knows my name. Them in Orlando. Here we go, guys. We respect constitutional rights is what that sign means.
I got
Thank you.
public record. Do you mind if I do it really quick?
No, I don't mind at all. I know it's going to be quick. They're working on it.
How you doing? The plan's doing good. Yeah, I was coming in to check on a public records request that I submitted, and I haven't got anything back. I sent it in directly to the chief. What day? I don't know. I don't remember exact date. It's the request is for Lieutenant Allen. He had multiple police calls to his house with his wife, I think it was, and there was an allegation that he destroyed her work phone, not communal property, and I was trying to find out if he ever reported those. Yeah, because he's the one that should have all that information. Now, like you've been here, what, 2 years or so? Yeah, you don't need to know about all this stuff about your lieutenants getting in crazy domestics and stuff like that. Email. I mean, usually the state law requires you to send an email acknowledging the request right away. That's scary. Let's say 2 weeks. Yeah, it's somewhere around there. The acknowledgement for the Florida law is supposed to be immediate. Yeah, it did. Strict.
Is he just going to check on that for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
That's really scary. They use an RF device. They do an RF device right here that ultimately pings over here and basically unlocks the door.
Right here, right?
No, I mean, it's this keychain right here. That keychain, and then it unlocks the door for him.
Interesting.
So if you had a flipper in here, I mean, you could just easily get that frequency. How stupid is that? Something that should be hardwired, if it was my opinion. What do you got going on here in your live?
I was doing a live about Tucson and the Lane Myers situation. And I figured I'd be done by the time you got here and I wouldn't be going live, or I wouldn't still be live. But I figured, well, I'm here. So, might as well two birds with one stone, you know?
Yeah, why are you left? What happened?
Why am I alive? So I know that you haven't really followed the Lane Myers situation. Yeah, so he actually got arrested yesterday again.
Is this the guy that booed?
Yeah, this is about the booing. Yeah, this is about that.
So he got arrested again for something similar?
Yeah, he got arrested yesterday. I can't remember if it was disorderly conduct or if it was, I can't remember what it was, but I mean, he went into a public building that they had decided he wasn't allowed to go into anymore.
Yeah.
But they hadn't let him know about it yet. There was actually a little bolo at the front door. There's a little binder filled with, I guess all the names of all of the city's deplorables that you can't,
So anybody that talks up or at the city and redresses them, essentially.
Yeah. So he was trying to go in there to serve some subpoenas, and he got trespassed. He left, and then he was having a conversation with some other officers and walked back towards that building, and they body snatched his ass.
And he didn't even have any knowledge of the prohibition of him being.
Oh no, he knew about it that day.
I see.
Because he went in there one day and saw the bolo.
Why is he doesn't have a picture up here?
Matt posted a picture up there once.
Yeah, it's Captain Juan Milan.
He was.
What was he terminated for?
What should he be terminated for?
Does he still work here?
Yeah, he still works here.
What's the captain that got fired?
I can't remember him. That New Jersey guy.
New Jersey guy, yeah, for all the racist stuff and sexist stuff and all that.
I can't remember his name.
This guy's still here though. Why is he on a picture?
I don't know. He doesn't want people to know what he looks like, I guess.
He's on the internet. Everybody's on the internet.
Well, these guys here, I mean, they're a special kind of triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get any of these people to have an adult conversation with you. They're such cowards.
That's the guy that was walking with you in your video.
Yeah, that's
and
him.
That's the guy with the mascara on. That one, those two were walking, and he was like hoofing it, trying to keep up to the chief. I think it was. I can't remember.
All right, so
Yeah, what's up?
they're saying they checked upstairs, they had it.
Okay.
It was transferred to one of the third, so it's a large file. They're reaching out to.
Well, yeah. What about that acknowledgement? You enforce state law, right? You mind doing a documentation report that the chief didn't do the required state statute acknowledgement? So 119 statute.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you, do you have it's on the first information?
No, I'm asking if you'll do an incident report for a state law violation.
No, I'm
You know, so you selectively do whatever the reports. Yeah, they put you at the front desk for a couple of reasons. Either you've done something stupid or you volunteered for this. Yeah, dude. But I also want an officer to do a documentation report. Is it not policy?
No crime was committed.
What do you mean no crime was committed? If a state statute was broken, isn't that a violation of law?
No crime was committed.
How do you know? You haven't even investigated it.
All right, you asked a question about an email
Yeah.
that you sent out.
Mhm.
All right, I gave an answer that they acknowledged it.
They did.
Transferred to Terminal Affairs.
They didn't acknowledge it. There's no acknowledgement.
They transferred it to Terminal Affairs.
McQueen, how are you blindly letting me be a victim of a
Let me
couple?
finish.
No,
All right, you're not gonna let me finish. Then our conversation is done.
just provide what you want. You're cop-splaining to me.
You're not gonna let me finish our conversation.
No, just provide the information. Don't cop-splain to me.
This is public service.
I'm going to provide you with.
You don't tell me what you're doing. Just do it. I don't want to hear your cop-splaining.
Just give him the number, bro.
Quit trying to escalate the
Fuck.
situation. Just write the number down and do it. Write on their IA department and then phone number.
This guy's so dumb, bro.
I don't answer your questions.
We don't, cannot have nothing to do here if you don't want to answer the question.
I don't have to answer your questions for you to give me information. You said you're going to provide the information.
So you didn't answer the question.
You didn't let me. The information I want is a police report. But you said you said you were going to give me the information. So provide that information that you were going to give me. Sure, why not? I mean, that's, what does it matter, the names? I mean, if you're gonna give me what you're gonna give me anyway, you're not gonna let me get what I want as a. I need to look in this guy's background.
Yeah, we need to get into him. No clue what public service even means. All right, guys, we're gonna do a little poll of the chat before I even get up to McQueen. I would like to know if you think I will be permitted to file a complaint today. If somebody from Internal Affairs will come down and take my complaint, or if they're gonna tell me to call Internal Affairs.
So what is the 7465? So I just guessed the first prefix and suffix. I don't know the number of the police department. You mind if I borrow a pen so I can write it down so I have the right one? God, what is your problem? You're disconnected, man.
Nope, I told you I'm gonna do something. I agree to it.
Well, then why do you come sit?
How is he supposed to reach out if you don't put a fucking phone number on there? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
What's the number that
Look
I
at
need
this
to?
rude fuck.
What is the number I need?
Look at this rude fucker.
McQueen, what do I need for the number?
I'll be up there.
Oh, he's gonna come out. Great. BWC is on too. What is this other than some power move? Like he needs to come out. His words are going to be more meaningful in front of us. Here, not an attempt at intimidation at all.
That's the number. I'm good there.
You couldn't pass that through the glass.
What was that?
What a dipshit. No, he's going to be slick. No, dumb fuck.
Why would he? This is what he wrote, just so your people can see there. Just 7465 746.
What does that even mean?
7 extension affairs. I gotta figure this out.
All right, so we're ringing the bell. That was ring number 2. I need an officer to file an internal affairs complaint.
The officer that was here, he'll be back in a moment.
Thank you. What was your name?
Salmons?
Thank you, Sammons. The number is 386 736, and I think the chief's extension is 7414. I could be wrong about that, but I think it's 7414 for the chief. Let me, I can confirm that with you guys though. So here we go. This officer, he's busy now, apparently. He can't be troubled to come back up to the window because people are being mean to him. They're being mean. His feelings are getting hurt. And he can't deal with the public when his feelings get hurt. Yeah, John, we're in Deland. Biggest fucking cowards on earth, these guys. Can somebody assist me in writing a number in the comments? 386-626-7414. That's the chief's, that'll go right to the chief's secretary. So normally I'd say don't call this guy because it's usually Spires, but that dickhead's down here. So what's the main number? We might as well light that one up too.
I don't know. You have that card if you need that.
386-626-7400. That's the main number for the PD. But again, the chief's extension is 7414. I just rang the bell again. I need to speak with somebody from Internal Affairs. I have an officer complaint.
Okay, we have a form for this about.
You have a form? I'd like to speak with an officer from Internal Affairs. You can give me the form also, though.
I can see if they're available for you, but the procedure is to fill out a form.
The procedure is to fill out a form? My procedure is to come in to talk to somebody about my complaint.
Well, once they receive your form, then they'll take the next step.
Oh, yeah? Once they receive my form, they'll take the next step? So I can't talk to anybody with Internal Affairs until I fill out that form?
I'll see if they're available, but if they're not. then
I'd
no.
appreciate that. I'd appreciate that. Bullshit. All right, so they're telling me that if I fill this out, all of a sudden, filling out this magic form is gonna get some action. Why you got such a bad attitude, McQueen? You're just gonna sit there and take it? That's good. What's the First Amendment? Shame. What'd you do to get on this detail? What's that? Overtime. This guy's making overtime to treat the public like shit. That's how much he cares about his job and serving the public. Piece of garbage. Other garbage cop at Deland. Yeah, you saw those signs, Zach? Trying to keep me out of that back lot. Shit ain't happening. We need better signs than that. The thing with McQueen is he's so apathetic about his job that he didn't even Google what the First Amendment was. He was just like, I don't even fucking care what the First Amendment is. Fuck you and your rights. You want to come in and you want to file a complaint? Nobody will see you. You want to ask for public records? They won't give you the public records. And then when you come in, they wonder, oh, why are you upset? We're the best. But how long ago was that? How long ago was that unlawful traffic stop? And I still can't talk to a fucking officer and file a complaint. Pieces of shit. These are their core values that they care about, guys. What a joke. What a joke, Chief Hamburger. Who's here from IA today, McQueen? This is the service desk. He ignores you here. Who's the IA officer here today, McQueen?
Your friend has the info.
What?
Your friend has the info I just gave.
My friend has the info? I'm not with him, you moron.
Okay.
Could I have it? Or is it just for my friend?
He has the info.
He has the info, but I can't have it? Is that right, dickhead? He can have the info, but I can't. Huh? Wow, you're great. Can I do a public records request? You want to write it down?
Write an email down.
You can write it down too, dipshit. It's the law. So you're not going to take my public records request?
Send it to me.
I'm giving it to you verbally. That's the law.
I'll give you an email to send it to me.
Okay, well, I'm going to give it to you, and it's going to be on video, and this is just going to be another documented case where the land doesn't comply with the public records law. You asked him, was a law broken? But you guys must not consider it law breaking when you guys break the law, right? It's not breaking the law then, is it? You're just doing what, your job then? You know what they said about doing your job at the Nuremberg trials, don't you? Do you know what the Nuremberg trials were? Do you have any idea about history? And how history looks upon jackboots like you? So I can't make my public records request?
I told you how to make it.
No, you didn't.
So I'll give you an email and send it to her. That's simple. My copy.
You won't take my records request. I'd like a copy of any and all internal affairs with you. And I'd like a copy of your application. You can email it to lettersofphocion, lettersofphocion @gmail.com. I gave you the record verbally. I hope I get my confirmation. Are you sticking around? I gotta go. This fuck.
I thought you weren't together.
We're not together. I don't ride motorcycles butts and nut, bro. I have a question for you. Hey, I submitted a public records request to the chief, right? And part of the statutory requirements, like I said, is the statute has specific regulations in here, right? We have to do like certain things. Like if I run a stop sign, that's a state law violation, right? And if I go ahead and steal something, it's a statute violation. If I do official misconduct and do something that benefits someone, statute violation. Law enforcement investigates it. So he failed to provide a reply back to me. There was no reply that was given, which is required by the statute. And you said you're not going to. You know, they didn't do the statutory requirements, McQueen. Will you do a police report on that? Right, but I'm reporting a crime to you. I'm reporting a state statute violation. Yeah, but there's a statute violation that occurred. So you don't investigate crimes, is that correct? Yeah, I hear you. So when it comes to investigating your own, if you saw the police chief steal something.
That's the admin telling them to trespass us. Fucking pieces of shit, bro. I'm gonna fill this garbage out. That's what I'm gonna do.
So what I was saying is if you saw the chief commit a crime, you'd just look the other way, it sounds like, wouldn't it? I knew. I just asked you. I told you the chief violated the law, and you said you're not going to do anything about it. You're not even going to do a document report. I got to know everything about you now. But under the 119 statutes, it's a violation of law, what they did. And you don't care about that, right? Are you looking to move up?
Divided, home affairs.
Yeah. But there's steps they have to do before they get to there. You have to automatically acknowledge it immediately.
Go to internal affairs, which I was told it was.
Uh-huh. It's not the way it works.
That's what they said.
So you're just one of those stop sign guys. You're like a road pirate that just says, "Oh, I know how the stop signs work. I know how this works."
That's what they said. Who's they?
Yeah, who's they? The guys that gave them my notepad?
So records.
Records.
Or is somebody here from records? UR records? Okay, I got you. All right. So you're working overtime, you're here, and you're busy on the computer, you got stuff going on, you didn't want to handle a walk up to the front lobby that is reporting a statute violation, right?
Or take a public records request.
Yeah, you didn't take your public records
No.
request?
He told me to email somebody.
Email somebody. Have you ever looked at the 119 statutes? You know, some of it is immediate $500 fine against the direct person. Have you ever looked at the statutes? I bet you won't.
It's kind of like the First Amendment. Once he knows, then he knows, right?
Yeah.
So as long as I don't know what the First Amendment is or the public records law or whatever the fuck, I can do whatever the
So
fuck.
will you take my report for the statute violation, the criminal offense that took place? So you're saying no? What's the answer? I'm dumb and stupid. I don't know. I mean, obviously, my IQ is probably a little bit lower than yours, I would imagine, because you got to be pretty smart to sit here and do that and not want to take a police report. You got to look me in the eyes.
He's too much of a coward to do that.
Every time he gets up there. So you let the chief get away with crimes, right? That's what's happening right here in front of us. In the flesh and blood. You were talking about civil rights and stuff like that, and this is part of a civil right. It's part of the Constitution. You remember back in the 70s and 60s, and when your grandparents had to use different water fountains, unfortunately, that was only like 50 years ago. We're in a new era of this crap that is going on, and people like you at this police department are doing the same thing, but just in a different way, violating people's rights, saying things that you can't do, just because someone holds a camera, their color of their skin, they're black or white, they're Hispanic or Mexican or Puerto Rican. And here we are going through a whole different era, albeit those people in the 60s, 70s, and the 40s, and the ones that were bombed in New York because of whatever that government wanted to do, had a lot more issues than we did, but it's the same thing.
Who stands up for our rights?
He does. He's the boot.
Who do we depend on? Who can we go to defend our rights, McQueen?
The boot.
Who do we go to?
The boot that stomps your rights. It's like a reoccurring feedback loop.
What do we do, McQueen? What do we do? We're desperate here.
Yeah.
We're desperate to have our rights upheld. All your department does is violate them. Will you uphold our rights?
I'll make the sound. Those are crickets.
Wow. This is the guy that defends our rights.
He doesn't even know the rights. It's like Article 1, Section 24 of the Florida Constitution. Public records are guaranteed rights. He don't care.
Who defends our rights, McQueen? Who? Who, bro? What the fuck?
I hate to say it, but he probably has a hard time listening because he has little tiny ears. He don't listen.
I think he's got Umberger's dick in his ear. That's the problem.
But he heard that. He heard that. So I know he's listening. That was confirmation that he was listening.
Yeah, that got a smirk. That got a smirk from his smug ass. All right, thanks for your service. Thanks for upholding my rights. Really appreciate it.
That's a tough one because he's blatantly saying that he doesn't. I don't know him. And when I asked him the question about, hey, you saw the chief commit a crime, would you do something about it? He says, oh, you don't know me. I just presented with him that he violated Florida statute.
Yeah.
And he's over here rubbing his face and doing all that.
Yeah, we don't know you, but we know what you showed us right here. We learned that at the very least, citizens that come in and have a mouth on them, they don't get service. The blue line, they will not help anybody that has a lip, at the very least.
I wonder what his pants look like on his knees. I can't see his knees. I just don't know how long if he's been on our desk because seems like he's protecting
They're calloused up.
the 5 elements up here.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I can get
There are the 5 elements of the First Amendment, guys. Umberger, Christart, Quinn, Dyson, Milan.
I bet I can give him a smile. What's this?
That's the First Amendment that he knows.
I can give him a smile. He ain't that bad. He's not a mad guy. You can tell. But I just don't know what the point was coming up and handing the business card when you could slide it through here. Except for a show of force.
Intimidate. Likes to intimidate people for no reason.
Watch it, someone give him a smile. He almost had a milk mustache. There it goes.
I guess nobody's gonna uphold our rights in this department.
If you zoom into his eyes, you can see what's on the screen really close. Yep, look at that. You know what I did book tickets to was Kevin Hart today.
Oh.
That guy's funny. He kind of looks like an eBay version of Kevin Hart. You know that?
Not funny at all, though.
Did you go see Kevin Hart when he came into Orlando? Oh, it was funny. Oh, his I can't remember the one, but he gives out a wristband. It was funny as it. Anyway.
Oh, what do we got? Don't be such a coward.
Yeah, I got
Time's up, huh? Who was that?
He needs to drink some more of that coffee. Then we can call you Lightning McQueen. Get Yanni up here.
That's why he's at overtime. This is a sleeping job. You don't have to do shit up here. You get to spit on the citizens. You don't have to actually do your job. Somebody comes in with a records request, you just say, oh, somebody else's problem. Even though the law says otherwise. I gotta go, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. So you get paid double time and a half, and you're doing a third of the job. I guess.
All right, well, he's gonna stick around there, and I gotta take off. I got things going on. Well, there you have it. There you have it, guys. The Deland Police Department, where they trash your constitutional rights. We're gonna walk through this. We're gonna walk through this area here that I'm sure the chief is looking to weaponize the parking lots. That's something that Chief Umberger does, weaponize the parking lots. Say, oh, these guys are too close. These guys are too close. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Geez, you can't walk through our parking lot because that's too close. I don't really want to leave him in there to get body snatched. They just put these stupid ass signs up everywhere. Exactly, John. Too bad they were so dumb that they didn't put proper signs up. You know, I've got proper posting at my house. It says no trespassing, and it has the statute to it. I got a question. Miss. Oh! There's 64, some cunt. All right, well, I guess they're gonna force me to put the complaint in writing first. I guess I'm gonna have to do it before the public records get released to me. You good? All right. All right, he's good. He's good, folks. All right. Let's see if we can do this for a minute. I don't think that'll work, but we'll see if it will for a minute. I appreciate, yeah. Oh, I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. Bear with me for a sec. Oh, that shit's not working. All right, well, that's the story from Deland and the story from Pima County, where there's just tyranny on both sides of the country. All right, I'm gonna sign off rather than linger here online. I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. Please reach out to the contacts in the description and let your voices be heard. And please send me a 30-second, a 10-second, a 5-second clip of you booing, so I can share it with Lane. I would really appreciate that. You guys would be doing me a solid. So thank you very much. Hope everybody has a great day. This is a public service.